Hi everybody, it's Denise from Foursquare Microfarm, and it's hot here. Hopefully it's pretty nice where you are, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear me over top of the fan. I'm really sorry I've been absent. This has been a really busy last probably about 6 weeks. We're having a big leadership convention at my church, and so basically I've been down there pretty much every day, all day, doing some heavy-duty work. Okay, so anyway, I've been missing the videos, just really haven't had enough time or energy, but it doesn't mean that I haven't been doing projects. So I'm going to kind of really skim through the last few projects, and then I have some space today, tomorrow, Monday, and I'm going to try to complete all of the videos I started at the end of June and July, and so there'll be like a series of videos just kind of rolling out that have pretty much been in the works. Okay, so let me start with the lace chevron. There's a chevron lace cardigan. Okay, and it's going to get its own video, but I'm just going to stick it here real quick so you can see it. And basically, this will be my pattern for the month of July. And I normally don't complete large knitting or crocheting projects just because usually I lose my mind, and I generally walk away from large ones, and I do the large stuff on the weaving. Also, too, it saves my wrist from tendonitis. But a friend needed a mock-up done, and it was gorgeous, and I couldn't resist it, so I made it. And you'll see that in my patterns of the month for July. And it's crochet. It's real quick, and I know you're going to enjoy it. Okay, secondly, I did a few historical things. I did a pocket, and if you're unfamiliar with the history of pockets, and it is exactly what it sounds like, it's a pocket. Ladies' garments traditionally throughout history did not have attached pockets, and basically men's garments for some time. And so during the periods where there wasn't really purses or bags, because especially like the Renaissance period, they had the reticules, and the little pouches and bags and things. But in between those other periods, women wore pouches, and they were single or paired, and they had a string around them, and you tied them between the petticoats and the top skirt. And there were slits in the top of the skirt where you could stick your hands into the pockets. So here's a slit here. So this is a relatively small pocket, and I could link to the site where I got my instructions, but it's basically really simple. You know, it's just kind of, I took an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, folded it in half, drew this kind of half shape, cut it out. I have a lining in this one, put them together, stitched them together, cut a slit down that one, and basically that's how it went. Now, you're thinking to yourself, well, what can you fit in this pocket? And this is really convenient for me because a lot of times I'm just running in the Walmart, I'm just running different places, or I'm doing things that involve my hands, and I don't want to carry a purse. Or as you know, I used to be a school teacher, and when I was teaching, I had an apron, but sometimes even an apron is too much, and you just want a little something to carry something in. And a lot of my skirts still don't have pockets. And even if they did, if I put the things that I had inside here, it would be really inconvenient to sit. And so when I sit, this kind of pushes away from my lap, and it makes it okay. So let's see what I have in this pocket. This is what I'm carrying, or what I can fit. A full-size wallet. Okay. Cell phone, basically. I've got some bobby pins, it seems like. Lotion. Okay. And a snack. Oh, okay, so I can actually fit a lot of things into this pocket, so it's very convenient, and it gives me a little something historical that I can bring into my modern life. Whenever I find something historical that I can use in modern life, I really try to incorporate it. Okay, the next thing I'm working on is this chemisette. Okay, so here we go. And basically, a chemisette is a dickie. And if you don't know what either one of those are, it's a half shirt or a fake shirt that you put underneath another shirt or a dress top. in order for modesty's sake. So if you have a low falling blouse or something that might show your cleavage, or a low falling dress, and you don't want it to, instead of having all those different safety pins all pinned up, you would put a chemisette. Or in the wintertime, maybe you want a turtleneck shape around your neck, but you don't want a full turtleneck on the body. You would use a dickie in that case. And so they were really popular up until, I'd say, the early 20th century, maybe the Edwardian period. They were pretty popular up until then. Then they came back in style with the dickies. And then I know when I was growing up in the 80s, the dickies were pretty much in style. They kind of go in and out. You can still find them some places. Sometimes you can get those modesty pinned, like camisole type things that you just pin to either side of your garment. Or, of course, if you're traditional like me, you still wear a shift or a camisole with some of your items. But basically, this is the 18th century version of that. And this one right here, I'm going to zoom out. It's pretty plain. It's going to have ribbons or cord through here. And it has no armhole, so it's just going to drape over with the ribbon and the cord through here, where I'll tie here and tie on the ends, and then a tie up here for the neck. And I think what I've decided to do is make the ruffles that are going to go around here. So as I complete that, I'll show you. And I might even make a video, because I could only find one video on how to make these. And I know a lot of my historical costumer friends make them all the time for their the Regency type gowns, basically, and Victorian gowns. So I'm surprised that there's not more of a discussion on those parts. The underpinnings of a lady in those eras, pretty much any eras. Now our modern era, you can just pretty much see people's underwear lines, which I think is kind of tacky, but I guess people would think I'm old-fashioned. But anyway, now anything goes. But back then, a lady always had proper underpinnings to smooth the outline of her garments. And so you would think one would take more care with explaining how to make the proper underlinings. So there's quite a few videos on how to make the dresses and the corsets and things like that. There aren't a lot for these little pieces, maybe because they are kind of simple to make. But if you've never made them, then it's something that you would like to see, Okay, so anyway, but enough about that. So that's the chemisette. Okay, and this is the Edwardian neck ruffle. And I did finally settle on a pattern for my Edwardian blouse. And this is going to be the lace neck insert. And one of the things I love about the Edwardian period is all of the ruffles and lace all over everyone's outfits. There is a website geared towards the historical Sew Fortnightly, which is the group I belong to on Facebook. And the lady there, she does wonderful tutorials on how to make items from several different historical periods, actually. And she has a tutorial on how to make the lace yoke. And the lace yoke is going to, like I said, it's a collar, and it's going to sit on top of my Edwardian blouse when I complete it. So I've just been piecing together little pieces. And then, of course, we had the Tour de Fleece, and I hope you had a chance to participate in Tour de Fleece. I've been working on a project for a alpaca skirt this winter, and I've been working on a trade of really nice brown alpaca. And so I didn't really complete Tour de Fleece like I would have wanted, but I did spin every day, so that was fortunate. Okay, basically, this is supposed to be my work in progress Wednesday, and that's what I'm working on now. And I will do my best to get some more things out. Oh, and I just want to tell you really quickly, I have the Spinner's Book of Yarn Designs, and I think I've mentioned that periodically for some of the yarns I've made. And I absolutely love that book. And what I want to do is a kind of like, not really a tutorial. Oh, I can't talk today. But I want to do like a journal, a video journal, as I spin through the different yarns for the Spinner's Book of Yarn Design. So if you want to do that with me, that would be great. Get yourself a copy of that book, and I'm telling you, if you wanted to make some exciting and interesting yarns, that is a really great book to follow. Okay, that's just a quick video for today. I'll go ahead and make the videos for the patterns in greater detail, and hopefully you'll hear from me soon. Thanks a lot.